Madison, what's the latest?
Yeah, Jeff, a very disturbing morning for people in this neighborhood. There are still several police cars here, as well as the Riverside County Sheriff's Department, on top of a lot of neighbors who are awake just on the perimeter of this crime scene, watching and speaking with investigators. We saw a group of people huddled on the corner crying, several people visibly very upset. Right now, it's unclear how they might be related to the victim. As you said, we know at least one person is dead after this overnight shooting took place a little after 1 o'clock this morning. Still very limited information about what exactly happened. Police here on scene not giving us a lot of new details, but we know a serious investigation is underway. The Riverside County Sheriff's Department is here, in addition to Palm Springs Police, as I mentioned, and we've seen them putting down dozens of evidence markers, taking photos, speaking with neighbors. And where we are right now, this intersection is Palm Vista Drive and Granada, and this is actually a four-way intersection. As I mentioned last time, we've since relocated to another side of the street, but all four of these streets surrounding this crime scene are still closed off, and police have told us they're going to be here for a while, continuing to investigate. We'll be sure to bring you the latest as we learn it, but for now, live in Palm Springs, Madison Weil, News Channel 3.
Looking there at the tire tracks, there's a lot of circles of tire tracks there. Don't know if that has any relation to this crime, but definitely a disturbing morning for so many of those residents there. Stay with News Channel 3 for continuing coverage. Outside, let's turn to the weather. Another hot day in store around the Coachella Valley. Patrick Evans is standing by with a look at your first alert forecast. Doesn't look too bad. Looks like a beautiful start to the day. It's just going to be real hot.
It actually is. Actually, it's terrible outside. It's in the 90s to 100s. Don't go out there. Just look at it from here, because the temperatures are already pretty uncomfortable. We're at 92 degrees in Palm Springs. That would be a temperature we might expect around 10 o'clock in the morning, not certainly 5 and 6 o'clock in the morning. Sunrise just a couple minutes ago. Our humidity, at least, thankfully, is down a bit from yesterday. High pressure in place will continue to bring in very hot conditions across the Southland, and an excessive heat warning in effect through Saturday. But the excessive heat really continues on into Sunday and Monday. I wish there were more relief here in sight. Today, by 2 o'clock, we'll be up around 118 degrees. You see the progression. We're going to warm up very quickly. We're already in the low 90s. We'll be in the upper 90s, close to 100 by 9 o'clock this morning. And then I think by 3 and 4, you're looking squarely at 120 degrees before the numbers start to come back down. Speaking of numbers coming back down, we're going to take a look at when that will actually happen for our daytime highs a little bit later on next week. That's coming up in your first alert forecast, so stick around for that.
Thank you, Patrick. Time is now 6:03. The coronavirus testing site at the Indio Fairgrounds is closing early today, tomorrow, and Sunday because of the extreme heat. The site will only be taking appointments until 10 a.m. The county says no other county or state testing sites will be affected. Doctors warn the heat can cause health problems.
Heart rate's going fast, that's a sign you might be dehydrated. Or if you're thirsty. I mean, thirst is your body way of telling you that it's time to drink.
Yeah, pay attention to your body. Drink water throughout the day. He also says many people don't realize that some of the hottest times of the day include between 4 to 5 p.m. Keep that in mind.
The city of Palm Desert is offering free drive-up coronavirus testing. Appointments are available mornings from 6:30 to 9:30 a.m. August 6th and the 20th, also September 3rd and the 17th. Those are the only dates currently available. We're told that more dates will be added, though, if the demand for those appointments is high. KESQ.com has more details on how you can schedule an appointment.
The number of coronavirus cases in the Coachella Valley is now topping 10,000. The Riverside County Public Health Department reported 106 additional cases in the Coachella Valley since Wednesday. No new deaths were reported yesterday. Meanwhile, in the county, there have been more than 36,000 tallied cases in total. And there are now 688 deaths in Riverside County overall.
Some mysterious packages of seeds have been delivered randomly to mailboxes around the country and now here at home. A Cathedral City man says that he received a shipment of those seeds that he never ordered, appearing to be from China. News Channel 3's Jake Ingracia has more on the concerns those packages are now sparking.
I open this thing up and I see these seeds and I'm like, well, what's this all about?
An unusual delivery in Art Gregoire's mailbox at his Cathedral City home. several unsolicited packages of mysterious seeds appearing to be from China.
Here's some package of what appears to be corn.
Upon closer inspection, he realized the labels listed the packages as jewelry items.
I see that it's described as a necklace. Well, if you look inside, that's not a necklace. This is listed as a stud earring and a shallot stud earring. Again, these are not earrings.
The U.S. Department of Agriculture calls it a brushing scam, where people receive unsolicited items from a seller who then posts false customer reviews to boost sales. But Gregoire's concerns are bigger than that.
I'd be more worried if that was biological, or if those things were planted, it would grow into something that could be poisonous or something.
And as the packages pop up nationwide, they're causing concern that something sinister could be happening.
This is not a small operation, and that's what scares me. Somebody needs to be analyzing these seeds and deem them whether they're safe or not safe, and how to handle them properly and safely so that no one gets sick or no one gets hurt.
Jake Ingracia, News Channel 3.
Well, he has now reached out to the California Department of Agriculture. We have as well. We have not yet received a response. The Ag Department's website, though, advises any people who get them not to plant those seeds or to dispose of them. Instead, you should safely hold on to them until further instructions are provided.
Yeah, no matter how curious you are, don't plant them.
Spooky situation. 6:07 is the time now. New research shows that the U.S. could have an additional 80,000 coronavirus deaths by November. How the pandemic is continuing to as well take a toll on the economy coming up.
That the company was aware of a breakout in the company and intentionally concealed that information from people.
A major tortilla maker is under fire after 2 people have died and dozens are now suffering from the coronavirus. We have more on an investigation underway straight ahead. You're watching News Channel 3, the Desert's news leader.
News Channel 3 is here.
Presenting the facts you trust.
From the journalists you trust.
When you need it most. When you're on the go or in your home.
News Channel 3 is here. For breaking news.
And when new details develop.
We take you inside.
Exploring every angle. With complete coverage. Delivering stories that matter to you.
Stories that shape our valley.
On every screen.
Every day.
Everything you need.
We are News Channel 3, the Desert's news leader.
The $20 Familia Dinner. Wherever summer takes you, enjoy it together. From El Pollo Loco.
When you're ready to get back on the road, count on incredible value from Honda, KBB.com's 2020 Best Value brand. You could get a great deal on the versatile HR-V or fun-to-drive CR-V at the Honda Summer Clearance Event. Contact your Honda dealer today or shop online. Get a great deal on the CR-V at the Honda Summer Clearance Event today.
Hi, I'm Bill Nicholson of Flooring Innovations. As we navigate our new way of living, please know that my dedicated team and I are here to assist you. With new living guidelines, we are prepared to help you with your flooring and cabinet needs, virtually from the safety and comfort of your home with your family. Visit flooring-innovations.com and click on the New Living tab to learn how we can help you. Please be safe and healthy.
Enjoy a taste of summer with summertime tostadas. Made with fresh, in-season ingredients. From El Pollo Loco.
Watch your live local news from anywhere. Download the KESQ app today. Live newscasts and breaking Coachella Valley news as it happens. Search KESQ in your app store today.
6:10 is the time now. New this morning, off our coast, the Marines are investigating an accident with an assault amphibious vehicle. It's left 1 Marine dead, 8 others are still missing. This is off the coast of San Clemente Island. Authorities this morning say that 2 others were injured during the incident just before 6 o'clock last night. The Navy and the Coast Guard are helping with a continuing search this morning. Additional details are not yet known. Do stay with News Channel 3. We are following this and we'll bring you new information as we get it.
And over to LA, where USC's Greek Row is now dealing with a coronavirus outbreak. The university says approximately 40 people living in fraternity houses have tested positive, but it's not clear if the infections involve fraternity members, as these rooms are sometimes leased out in the summer. The university's student health officer says the majority of the cases are in 4 houses. USC, alongside other universities, are working to keep students and staff safe amid the pandemic. Many are now holding fall semester classes online, canceling events, and limiting on-campus housing. USC says the outbreak at those fraternity houses is now mostly under control.
An investigation is underway into the deaths of 2 workers at Mission Foods. This is in the city of Commerce. The company makes tortillas, of course, and tortilla-related products. It's one of 3 food processing facilities that have been ordered to be shut down temporarily after coronavirus outbreaks. 67-year-old Jose Alvarez was one of the more than 40 workers who had tested positive for the virus there.
We were scared for him in particular because he had diabetes, because he had high blood pressure. And he assured us that he was making sure that he himself was safe. He always had his mask on, always had his gloves on.
Now, he died last week after being put on a ventilator for 2 weeks. Then LA County Public Health reported a second Mission Foods worker is also believed to have died from the virus. Alvarez's family believes the company is trying to hide that information from its employees. Mission Foods, though, says it is complying with coronavirus protocols to protect its workers.
Concerning to see. Well, time now is 6:12. The coronavirus is bearing down on several states.
Yeah, there could be signs the curve could be flattening. What's expected on Capitol Hill again today?
I think that's pretty representative of what you're going to see when you step outside today. Just glaring, unrelenting heat and sunshine throughout the weekend. A joy to behold this morning. We've got really hot forecast for you. Dangerous heat through the next several days. An extreme heat warning, excessive heat warning in place. We'll talk more about it coming up after the break.
A new school year like no other, and News Channel 3 committed to getting answers.
We're asking about schools in every district and delivering those answers to you.
Health, safety, and the quality of education.
If we are working, we can't help them. That's why we have teachers.
With the uncertainties families face, News Channel 3 is here with the most complete coverage of how children will start the new school year. Watch News Channel 3 in the morning, your back-to-school information headquarters.
Enzo's Bistro and Bar has now reopened in La Quinta and Rancho Mirage, where you can once again enjoy the Coachella Valley's most authentic Italian cuisine. Old world flavors, generous portions, world-class culinary presentations. Enzo's Bistro and Bar.
Really, I don't need all the hoopla.
What do you mean?
You know the cars that drive like 1,000,000 miles an hour?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, beautiful winding roads.
Never another car in sight.
Yeah, just give me a car that looks good, drives great, and is reliable as the day is long.
Yeah, and just give people the numbers on it, plain and simple.
Exactly. That's all I need.
Perfect.
Right?
Yeah, this is great. It's not complicated. Yeah, I like that Toyota.
We make it easy.
Wrinkles got you down? Zap it. Carrying some extra weight on your tummy? Zap it. Want to get rid of age spots? Zap it. I'm Dr. Tim Joshin, and here at the Laser Center at Contour Dermatology, we can zap your problems away. Get rid of unsightly marks, clear away unwanted hair, even reshape your body. We have the laser for you.
Get ready for takeoff at Contour Dermatology. Make your skin appear youthful again with little or no downtime. Call now and save 25% on lasers.
Call Contour Dermatology today at 760-423-4000.
Shop Mathis Brothers for steals and deals on living room essentials during our summer savings event. Like this tufted leather sofa from Lane for an unbelievable $653. Or this casual sofa with all 5 throw pillows included for just $856. And this quality Lazy Boy track arm sofa with 2 pillows included is a fantastic value at just $598. Hurry in because these values are only here while supplies last, only at Mathis Brothers.
Covering the stories that matter to you and your family.
In just the last couple of seconds, this vegetation has sparked a...
From the past to the Salton Sea.
Color pockets, an indication of just how contaminated.
We are News Channel 3, the desert's news leader. Watch your live local news from anywhere. Download the KESQ app today. Live newscasts and breaking Coachella Valley news as it happens. Search KESQ in your app store today.
It is 6:15, time for your time saver traffic. Here's a live look at our I-10 traffic camera in Indio. Traffic, not a problem, of course, outside. No major incidents happening right now on the roads either.
In Rancho Mirage, Monterey Avenue is going to be down to one lane again today. No surprise there. Both directions between Country Club and the Whitewater Channel Bridge. Crews are repaving a mile of Monterey Avenue. They've dug up the roadbed too. Expect some slow traffic. Avoid that stretch if you can through September 30th.
Yeah, don't get caught up in it like I did. Another time saver traffic. Just one time though. I learned my lesson. We have another time saver traffic update coming up at 6:45.
6:16 is the time now in America continues to break records as deaths from the coronavirus continue to rise in more than 30 states. It's also impacting the economy, of course. As Alex Prochet reports, 1.4 million more Americans filed for first-time unemployment benefits last week as a critical unemployment package is set to expire.
This morning, the U.S. grappling with both health and economic emergencies. Coronavirus deaths continue to climb, now over 151,000. Louisiana's governor reporting the state's highest daily death toll in 2.5 months. Florida had its third straight day of record deaths. With the tropical storm approaching, public testing sites statewide are shutting down through the weekend. California and North Carolina hit record daily deaths this week, as did Texas. COVID taking its toll inside Houston's United Memorial Medical Center.
You got a death wish, catch COVID.
The hospital seeing one of its own nurses sickened. A doctor there says he feels like he's fighting two wars.
A war against COVID and a war against stupidity.
He's frustrated after seeing people on the street not wearing masks or socially distancing. And now a grim new warning from an association of medical colleges. If the nation doesn't change its course, and soon, deaths could be well into the multiple hundreds of thousands. The silver lining? FEMA reported fewer cases, down an average of 3% from last week. Dr. Anthony Fauci saying this on CNN.
I don't think we need to go to lockdown again.
But the virus has hit the economy hard already. Data shows it contracted at an annual rate of nearly 33% from April to June, the worst number since records began at the end of World War II.
Consumer spending absolutely dropped off a cliff.
That means livelihoods threatened and long lines for food like this scene in Los Angeles.
It's helped a lot.
1.4 million people filed for unemployment last week, just as those emergency $600 benefit checks for 30 million Americans are set to expire. Senate Republicans made a last-minute attempt to extend these benefits, but at just $200, something the Democrats rejected, calling it a callous political move and saying that we need a more comprehensive plan. But even if these two sides can come to an agreement here, it's something that will likely take weeks. Alex Prochet, ABC News, Washington.
Well, Dr. Anthony Fauci and CDC Director Dr. Robert Redfield are set to testify this morning before a House coronavirus panel. Here's a live look at that hearing just starting to get underway right now. They are just going over rules and regulations ahead of starting this hearing. Now, in recent days, Dr. Fauci's message has been that Americans cannot afford a devil-may-care attitude toward the virus. Also, that people need to keep wearing masks in public, maintain distance from others, and avoid crowds and indoor spaces like bars. Unsure why he has his hands over his face there. We will, of course, check back in a little bit. Well, some local residents are continuing to push for the recall of Governor Gavin Newsom. About 75 people attended this rally in Palm Desert last night. It was organized by the group Unite 911. Organizers and a rock and roll band were there. The rally was along Highway 111 near the Buffalo Wild Wings. A handful of counter-protesters also gathered across the street. No masks there. Riverside County Sheriff's deputies were on scene to make sure the event remained peaceful.
Now, your first alert forecast with meteorologist Patrick Evans.
Once again, I want to start with the impending storm in the Atlantic. Right now, that is Hurricane Isaias moving across Haiti. It's just to the north of Port-au-Prince. But this storm system is packing a bit of a punch. It's right now only a Category 1 hurricane with winds of 80 miles per hour. But the forecast here actually kind of drags it along the eastern seaboard. Some forecasts bring it ashore around Miami or South Florida. But most likely it's going to work its way just along the Atlantic coast. It's still going to be creating some problems, but without landfall, that's going to be a lot better situation. There is a little bit of wind shear pushing this storm back out to sea. It's going to wrap around an area of high pressure that's out in the Atlantic. So that's a situation that we're going to continue to watch throughout the weekend. All eyes on the East Coast are paying very close attention. For us here on the West Coast, we're worried about the heat because there's plenty of it. El Paseo looks pretty quiet this morning, and I don't blame you. There are a couple people out for a walk, but the ridge of high pressure is now fully in place. It is locked right here over the Four Corner states, and that is a weather pattern that brings us very hot conditions. Now, yesterday, just a little bit of moisture snuck in underneath that ridge of high pressure, and you can see we're kind of on the edge of the driest air mass. So yesterday, the dew points were up a little bit. Today, they're back down, but the other aspect here is we're not quite as cool as we were yesterday morning. We're in the 90s across most of the valley. A couple of exceptions. One good exception, 87 in Palm Desert. We're still at 100 in thermal. We have not dropped below that, and that's likely going to set a record for the highest minimum temperature for the date. What we're looking at in terms of wind, very little. There's not much of a breeze out there, although a little bit breezy in Indio and thermal. And we are seeing more of a northwesterly flow. So yesterday, those dew points were in the 60s. Today, they're in the 40s. That bodes for a better day, especially in the East Valley. If you want to use your evaporative coolers, those dew points should stay in the 40s. And that means our humidity readings will be down in the 20s and teens, which is a whole lot more comfortable even when we got this kind of heat. It also means that your air conditioner functions better. As we look at the temperatures, soaring up to about 118, 120 by late in the afternoon. There's some folks enjoying the day. Comfort Air 7-day forecast says 120 today. The average temperature started to go back down. That's good news. So the problem is we're 13 degrees above the average temperature, and we're looking at close to that tomorrow and even on Sunday, 116. And then the numbers come down back to seasonal normals. So it'll feel a little bit better by the middle of next week. Jeff and Angela?
Well, any little bit helps when you're looking at that 120.
And you guys look festive. You're wearing Christmas colors just to cool us off. And
trying to stay cool.
It's wishful
really
thinking.
Appreciate that. I thought Jeff had Christmas trees on his top.
Little sailboats. Sailboats.
Whatever works. Now, time is now 6:22. Our friends from Animal Samaritans have another message for us this morning.
Yeah, coming up, a cute little animal looking for a forever home. That's coming up. You're watching the Desert's News Leader.
I take my job very seriously. I also take my car insurance seriously.
Who wants a bub gun?
Which is why I switched to Mercury. To get amazing coverage. Good boy. At a great price. And who wouldn't love that?
Mercury. The All-American Sales Event with employee pricing for everyone at Coachella Valley Buick GMC is going on now, and we're celebrating all month long. Take advantage of huge discounts with employee pricing for everyone on both GMC and Buick. We have the largest selection of new and pre-owned trucks and SUVs in the desert. Visit us today in the I-10 Auto Mall or shop online at i10gm.com. The All-American Sales Event with employee pricing for everyone going on now at Coachella Valley Buick GMC. Don't miss it. Mattress Showroom is open for business and ready to help find the perfect mattress just for you. Visit any of our 4 Desert Store locations today or call one of our sleep experts and we'll gladly see you by appointment. If you prefer, we can also simply just advise you over the phone. Visit us today or call us at 760-619-5759 to get you sleeping better tonight. Over 50 mattress specials are going on right now. Save up to 70%. Wishing everybody in the Coachella Valley sweet dreams and stay safe.
Whew, it is pretty hot out there. Let's check in with Paul from Comfort Air to tell us how we can deal with this heat and stay comfortable.
Thanks, Carol. And your 7-day forecast, hot, hot, and hot. So you want to stay cool with the new Lennox XC25. It's quiet, efficient, and affordable. We have the best financing options in the Coachella Valley. You'll never have to worry about your family's comfort again. Back to you, Carol.
Call Comfort Air today and see why they're #1 for a reason.
I'm Dan Fox from Right at Home. Studies show that maintaining friendships provides many health benefits, including improved heart function and reduced stress levels. If the effects of aging keep you from maintaining relationships or engaging with others, Right at Home can help. Right at Home caregivers are experienced, trained, and fully insured, and provide services that allow you to maintain relationships and attend local activities to keep you involved, vital, and engaged. Call me to find out how Right at Home can help you get back into the swing of things. Get the right care. Right at Home.
You can help track our local weather by sharing with the KESQ First Alert Weather Team. Download the KESQ First Alert app, tap the Share tab, and send us pics of weather we all need to see. Be seen, be heard. Share with the KESQ First Alert Weather Team. Closed captioning brought to you by Brad Schmidt Real Estate Group. Call Brad to sell your home faster for more money. Exclusively endorsed by Barbara Corcoran.
6:25 is the time. Our friends from Animal Samaritans are back with another message and the latest on animal adoptions.
Hi everybody, I'm Valerie Katz with Animal Samaritans, and today I want to introduce you guys to some adorable kittens that we have that are available at our no-kill shelter in Thousand Palms. This is Sagwa and Gon. They're both males. They're about 14 weeks old, and they are Fire Point Siamese. They're very playful, they're full of energy, and super sweet. They came to us through a local trap and release program, and they stayed with a foster for a little bit, so they got used to people. And they're in the shelter with another litter, so they get along well with other kittens too. They're Fire Point Siamese kittens, and as you can see, they have this beautiful white coat with just a little bit of orange in their ears and on their tails, and a little bit of orange on their face by their nose, and you can see they have these striking blue eyes. This one's a little more fluffy, but just like his brother, he has the white coat with a little orange on his ears, a little orange in his tail, and those pretty blue eyes. We also have Blue and Ember. Now they're from a different litter of kittens, but they are also absolutely adorable, very sweet, about 14 weeks old. As you can see, they have a pretty orange coat with a little bit of white. So if you're looking to adopt an adorable kitten, now is the time. We do have several more here at the shelter. You can stop in anytime during business hours for a meet and greet. And we want you guys to mark your calendars for our next virtual Meow and Yappy Hour. So whether you have dogs or cats, we invite you and your pet to join us on Thursday, August 6th at 5 p.m. on Zoom. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's a way for you guys to meet other pet owners. This month's theme is a tiki theme. So we encourage you to dress in fun beach attire. We'll have a tiki and beach themed costume contest for pets, prizes, and it's a great, safe way for you and your pets to socialize and meet other animal lovers. We do ask for a minimum $10 donation, and all proceeds from our virtual Yappy and Meow Hour go to the life-saving programs at Animal Samaritans. If you're interested in meeting any of these adorable kittens, stop by our no-kill shelter in Thousand Palms.
There you go. It's hard not to look at those kitty cats and just want to play with them.
Yeah,
They're
so
cute.
sweet.
6:28 is the time now. Top stories are coming up.
You're watching the Deserts News Leader.
Air conditioning. It's a way of life in the desert. That's why for 4 generations, our family at Desert Air has been providing the finest air conditioning and heating services right here in the Coachella Valley. Start breathing cleaner, healthier air today with a new air purification system, utilizing a UV light filtration to both purify your air and protect your air conditioner, ensuring you live comfortably at home and at work. Desert Air. Live comfortably.
If your credit card debt is out of control, if you're in over your head in monthly payments, there's a secret the credit card companies don't want you to know. If you have more than $10,000 in credit card debt, you have the right to let us settle that debt for a fraction of what you owe. That's bad news for the credit card companies, but it's great news for you. We're Credit Associates, and we're offering you free information on how to completely resolve your credit card debt with a monthly payment you can afford. To see how much you could save, call now. 1-800-915-9297. Don't declare bankruptcy. Don't consolidate. Give us 10 minutes and we could save you thousands. After all, we depend on your success and offer a guarantee so there's no risk to call. Credit Associates. Live better, debt-free. Find out how easy it is by calling now. For the secret the credit card companies don't want you to know, call Credit Associates now and see how much money you could save for free. Call 1-800-915-9297.
here is a message of hope.
We're in the middle of some very stressful times, and we're all here for you. All of us at Desert Zen Day Spa would like to thank the wonderful first responders for taking such good care of us here in the Valley. Remember, we're all in this together. Stay safe, and thank you for shopping local.
To see which businesses are currently serving customers, visit KESQ.com/open-for-biz. This message of hope is brought to you by Desert Zen Day Spa. This portion of the news is brought to you by Newell Taylor Accounting. You're watching KESQ, the Desert's news leader. This is News Channel 3 in the morning.
An overnight murder investigation continuing right now in Palm Springs. It's a live look from the scene. We're going to have the latest there coming up in a live report in just moments.
And there's a new arrest in the case of an Indio murder from last month. We have details on the second suspect accused in this crime just ahead. A very good morning to you. I'm Angela Chen.
I'm Jeff Stahl. It's now 6:31. It's Friday morning, July 31st.
I'd like to say we wore green and red on purpose to cool you off and
cool
make
thoughts,
you think
winter
of
thoughts.
Christmas, but we didn't. It was an accident. Patrick Evans has your weather right now. Let's just sing some Christmas carols. Cool
It's
ourselves
the
down.
most wonderful time of the year. Ignore the fact it's going to be 120. Put up a tree, you know. I love that you guys are so festive in the face of the onslaught of the heat. Outside at El Paseo, a quiet morning on this Friday. We're expecting temperatures to leap from their current already warm numbers up to 120 this afternoon. 92 right now. Just didn't cool off very much overnight. We held on to the heat, and over the next couple of days, we're going to continue to build in with higher temperatures than we saw yesterday. We hit 118 yesterday. So the excessive heat warning has been expanded to the Inland Empire. You can run, but you cannot hide from this kind of heat, I'm afraid. And all of those heat advisories and excessive heat warnings will last until Saturday evening at 9 o'clock. Skies will remain nice and clear. Yesterday, there was a little bit of humidity in the atmosphere. Today, it's a bit drier, so that is the silver lining. We're going to be up to 120 by 3 o'clock this afternoon. Comparable numbers as we move into tomorrow, only modestly cooler, but then Sunday, a few degrees drop. Next week, a little more relief. We'll look at that coming up in your full First Alert forecast.
All right, thank you, Patrick. Time is now 6:32. Heavy police activity in Palm Springs this morning. Officers are investigating an overnight murder in the Gateway Estates neighborhood right now. That's where we find our News Channel 3's Madison Weil at the scene. She's got up-to-the-minute details. Madison, what can you tell us?
Yeah, Angela, at least one person is dead after a shooting took place a little after 1 o'clock this morning, and police are still here investigating. But I want to show you, my photographer and I can see a little bit more clearly now that the sun has come up, some of these evidence markers on the ground. We're seeing multiple shell casings, and investigators have been taking photos, speaking with neighbors. We saw a group of people huddled on the corner crying a little bit ago. Several people very visibly upset, many of them walking around the perimeter of this crime scene since we've been here. Right now, it's unclear how they might be related to the victim, and still very limited information about what exactly happened in those moments leading up to the shooting. Police here on scene not able to give us many new details, but we know a serious investigation is underway. The Riverside County Sheriff's Department is here in addition to Palm Springs Police. And where we are right now, this intersection is Palm Vista Drive and Granada. And this is actually a four-way intersection, as I've been explaining throughout these live shots. And we've been on that side of the street, this side of the street, and police tell us that this will remain closed for several hours as they continue to investigate. And as soon as we learn any new information about what exactly happened here, we'll be sure to bring that to you. But for now, live in Palm Springs, Madison Weil, News Channel 3.
All right, still a very active investigation there. Thank you, Madison.
6:34 is the time now, and a second Indio murder suspect is in custody this morning. Happened June 24th on Armada Street. A man in his 20s was found dead. Police arrested a 30-year-old Robert Ruiz of Indio last night at a home on Tierra Court. This is just north of Coia Park. He's the second suspect now arrested for the crime. A 28-year-old Oscar Bustos, also of Indio, was arrested June 26th for his alleged involvement. Both remain in jail without bail this morning. They're charged with murder.
It's now 6:34. A documented gang member is back in jail this morning after deputies found a gun and drugs on him yesterday. Around 2 p.m., the Coachella Valley Violent Crime Gang Task Force conducted a vehicle check on Arabia Street in Indio. Now, during this search, authorities found a loaded gun, suspected meth, and other drug paraphernalia. They allegedly belong to 32-year-old Daniel Guerrero of Brawley, seen here. Now, he was arrested at the scene and does remain in jail without bail this morning.
Negotiations are heating up between a local school district and its teachers union. This as the new school year is set to begin in just weeks. The Coachella Valley Unified School District and the Teachers Association are hashing out whether teachers should have the choice to instruct students virtually from home or in their classrooms. The district has pushed for educators to be at school where they would have full access to resources. The Teachers Association, though, says it's solely based on holding teachers accountable and not about safety amid a pandemic.
We need to be treated as the professionals that we are to do our jobs. And if somebody is not doing that, then there are ways already in place to hold people accountable for that. That doesn't require having people put their lives in danger or the lives of their families at home to go to a work site just because they need to be held accountable.
Now, the district's superintendent, Dr. Maria Gandera, there says that there is an ample supply of PPE for the safe return of employees. The Palm Springs Unified School District will likely allow teachers to make that choice, though. Its Board of Education votes on the matter today. It's not clear how the Desert Sands Unified School District is set to handle the same issue.
Yeah, a lot of tough areas to navigate as we deal with this.
Yeah, a lot of parents kind of consider teachers essential employees, and so many essential workers are at work.
Right.
So, it's a tough question.
How it turns out, right? Time is now 6:36 at a time where life feels anything but normal. There is some hope for hoops lovers.
And we're going to take a look at the new start for the NBA coming up. You're watching the Desert's News Leader. And a very good morning to you. I'm Jeff Stahl.
And I'm Angela Chen. Firefighters are up mopping up a vacant house fire.
News Channel 3 in the morning has your back when you wake up. Investigation is underway this morning into how a Desert Hot Springs man died in a wreck.
New and fresh stories you didn't see the night before.
Short-term vacation rental task force will be presenting a report, bringing you breaking news in the morning as it happens.
And keeping you informed of what happened overnight.
Watch News Channel 3 every morning from 5 to 7 a.m.
We've never been so ready for summer. Your Honda dealer is open and ready to get you into a new Honda today. Like the sporty Civic or the sophisticated Accord. Visit the Honda Summer Clearance Event and get a great deal from Honda, KBB.com's 2020 Best Value Brand. Get a great deal on the Civic Sedan at the Honda Summer Clearance Event today.
Desert Alarm is celebrating over 25 years in business, and we want to thank our Coachella Valley customers for placing their security and safety in our hands. Hello, my name is Chris Medane. Our commitment to you is to keep working tirelessly to provide you, your family, or your business with the most advanced security innovations available on the market today. Your choice for security matters. Choose the number one. Choose local. Choose Desert Alarm. Call 322-1562. Specials are going on now.
For Timo's Air Conditioning, the Valley is home, and customers are family. When we opened our doors in 1998, we had one mission: to serve you better every day. 2 decades later, that mission still stands. And when it comes to AC replacement, more homeowners choose Timo's over every competitor. Hard work, honest prices, and old school values. That's the Timo's way.
Here is a message of hope.
Hello, Coachella Valley. A1 Steamer would like to take this time to thank all of our first responders, our police department, our firefighters, our nurses, our doctors, our teachers, and all of our caregivers.
A1 Steamer just wants to let the Coachella Valley know that we are open for business as an essential business, and we are there for you during these trying times.
To see which businesses are currently serving customers, visit kesq.com/openforbiz. This message of hope is brought to you by A1 Steamer Carpet and Tile Cleaning. Watch your live local news from anywhere. Download the KESQ app today. Live newscasts and breaking Coachella Valley news as it happens. Search KESQ in your app store today.
6:39 is the time now. The NBA season finally restarted last night. As Kenneth Moten reports, LeBron James and other stars all back in action after a long delay and several unusual changes to the sport.
After a 4-month delay, pro basketball is back.
Ball's up, and the NBA is back.
Before both games last night, the social issues that have come to the forefront of American life in recent weeks were on full display. Every player kneeling in unison during the national anthem and wearing Black Lives Matter shirts. New Orleans Pelicans star Zion Williamson with the words "Peace" written on the back of his jersey. The teams, along with the rest of the NBA, have been isolated at ESPN Wide World of Sports complex near Orlando. So far, the so-called bubble has not been breached by the virus. The league saying this week that out of 344 players tested, none has tested positive for coronavirus.
We wanted it, fans wanted it. It's good just for the whole world. Let's get back to it. Let's get back to the season.
After tip-off, the game unlike anything we've ever seen.
Do you think a player can talk smack with a virtual fan, or that's not going to happen?
With virtual fans in the stands, coaches no longer required to wear suits while living in the bubble, and the referees now using whistle covers. The NBA suspended all games in March when Utah Jazz player Rudy Gobert tested positive after he jokingly touched several microphones during a news briefing. But the season picking up where things left off. It was Gobert who scored the first basket last night.
Rudy Gobert gets things started.
Kenneth Moten, ABC News, New York.
New allegations are coming out about Oregon State University's head volleyball coach. Some athletes are accusing Mark Barnard of running an abusive program that pushed 11 players to quit or transfer since 2016. In an interview with the Associated Press, athletes say Barnard pits players against each other, threatens to revoke scholarships for struggling players, and pushes team members past health warnings and practice as punishment. Administrators are rebuking some of those claims and say action was taken following one undisclosed investigation against Barnard. He has not responded to these allegations against him yet.
6:42 is the time. Some newly unsealed court documents are giving a new glimpse into a civil court fight that preceded the criminal charges against financier Jeffrey Epstein and his longtime girlfriend, Ghislaine Maxwell. Deposition from 2016 has now been made public. Now, in it, some shocking allegations that Maxwell was a recruiter for Epstein's underage sex ring. Testimony from Virginia Jeffrey, one of Maxwell's alleged victims, implicates Prince Andrew of England, also former New Mexico Governor Bill Richardson. Previously, both denied those allegations against them. Jeffrey also reports seeing former President Bill Clinton on Epstein's private island, which he denies ever going to. When she had asked Epstein about why Clinton was there, she had said Epstein told her that Clinton owed him a favor. Maxwell and her attorney portray Jeffrey as unreliable. Shocking allegations. 6:43 is the time now. Some local schools are set to start the new school year with distance learning next week.
But are you ready? What to expect as we head into a new year coming up?
Also coming up, some of the hottest temperatures we've seen all year, and they're going to last all weekend long. You're looking out at El Paseo. Folks are doing the right thing. You saw that, walking the dog early, out getting their exercise in early. You will not want to be outside after about 10 o'clock this morning. We're going to talk about temperatures and a cool down next week. But remember, that's a relative term. We'll be right back. You're watching News Channel 3, the Desert's news leader.
The players returning for this season will still be fighting for justice as they fight for a championship.
Amen.
When an emergency strikes, call the experts. Flood Response, the desert's #1 team for fire, flood, and mold. When you need us, Flood Response is there within the hour, 24/7. From water extraction to full reconstruction, our certified and professional team will handle your emergency from start to finish. Call the #1 emergency service experts the Coachella Valley Trust. Flood Response Restoration Services.
Make your first response. Flood Response 24/7.
At
At NextGen Air and Heat, we understand times may seem uncertain, but we're honored to be here for you, proudly serving our community as an essential service. NextGen is taking the necessary precautions to handle all of your air conditioning needs safely, following all CDC guidelines to protect your family and our own. We're also offering 12 months no payment, no interest financing to provide a little extra peace of mind. From our NextGen family to yours, you can count on us to help you through this.
NEXGEN, call 833-3NEXTGEN.
You're watching KESQ, the Desert's news leader. This is News Channel 3 in the morning with Jeff Stahl, Angela Chen, and meteorologist Patrick Evans.
Command One is the Valley's choice for home security.
We worked hard our entire lives so we could enjoy our senior years. And we have peace of mind knowing that Command One is protecting us from theft and intrusion.
Customized systems, local stability, and superior service make the Command One difference.
Command One has been my security company of choice for almost 20 years, and I wouldn't trust the safety of my business to anyone else.
Simple, safe, secure. Call or visit command1.com.
This is where we live. This is where we work, raise our families, grow our food, build our lives. Lately, our way of life has changed, but one thing has stayed the same. Our community has been there to support us and keep us strong, supporting local businesses, educating ourselves on what's really going on, and lending a helping hand. With the strength of our community, the Greater Coachella Valley Chamber of Commerce is here for you.
Watch your live local news from anywhere. Download the KESQ app today. Live newscasts and breaking Coachella Valley news as it happens. Search KESQ in your app store today.
6:46 is the time. Time for that time saver traffic. Let's go outside and look at the I-10 traffic camera in India. The sun is up. Traffic moving just fine. No major incidents out there right now.
In Rancho Mirage, though, Monterey down to one lane again. Both directions between Country Club and the Whitewater Channel Bridge. Crews are repaving that mile of Monterey, so expect crawling traffic. Just avoid it if you can through September 30th.
And we've got your time saver traffic updates right here every Monday through Friday, of course, 6:15 and 6:45.
Time is now 6:47. New this morning, Palm Springs Unified School District is set to begin the upcoming school year on Wednesday with distance learning from home. As News Channel 3's Madison Weil reports, there are 3 simple things you can do at home to help set your child up for success.
Distance learning, it's new for the student, the teacher, and the parent. We spoke to teachers and educators about the best practices for home learning. They all agreed on 3 simple tips. Number 1, set up a quiet, clean, and consistent learning space.
Might be in a different area of the house so that they may know that when they're in that space, it's time to focus, time to listen and participate with their class.
If possible, a space separate from toys, TV, or other distractions with the tools they need to succeed.
A space where they could be independent, a space where they have access to all their supplies, paper, pencils, crayons, little things that they'll need.
Number 2, create a schedule, a routine that becomes a daily habit.
Get up, eat breakfast. Okay, we're going to log in now. Okay, we're going to take a little break.
The district says many schools will have a daily requirement for logging onto class at a specific time.
If your student knows that every day at 8 o'clock you're getting on Zoom in your special learning area.
You're going to want a daily routinized schedule.
And number 3, they say parent participation is more important than ever.
Parents need to reach out to their teachers, if they're struggling, get help.
Offering help, checking in, and doing what's possible to help your child stay on track.
In that learning time, the parents should keep the house as quiet as possible. It should be a precious time for the student to really connect with their classmates and their teacher, because this is new and different.
Madison Weil, News Channel 3.